Evening, guys. Hope you're well. Hope everyone's well and in the house as we wait for people to come in on this Sunday night live Q&A with me, Leon BARTROPP. Hopefully, we're broadcasting on Facebook as well. Evening, Obsessive Carper. Just having a few technical difficulties with Facebook at the moment, so we're just trying to, that's better. Facebook is up, but I can't see. What I need to do is look at, that's better. Bear with me a second, guys. So I can't see. Bear with me. Aha, there we go. I can see your comments. Still having a problem getting your comments on Facebook. Have a look. Ah, that's better. I can see you all now. I can see all your comments coming up. Evening to Lee Verity on Facebook. Lee Price. Chris Lowy Low. Evening to you. David Grenville. Ginger Tom on YouTube. Michael Devereaux. Evening. The Manchester Carper evening. We've got 184 in the house already. Hope everyone's well on this Sunday night. This live Q&A with me, Leon BARTROPP, where me and the community help to answer your questions, your carp fishing questions and queries to put more fish on the bank for you. Let's wait for a few more people. Well, I've got my brew anyway. The Yorkshire tea. Evening, Graham Rowland. Good to see you. Mark Rossum. Evening. Did you catch any more the other night? Did you catch any more at Farlow's with the Obsessive Carper, old Darren? Yep, Cheshire Carper says, wow, crazy how many people watch the live stream now, as he remembers when it was only a few. Crazy, isn't it? And all the guys live streams I tune into, all their figures are going up. You know, they started with very little. I started with very little. And it's just building to like 100, 200, 300. We've had like 365 people in here is the record so far. But also now we've got Facebook as well. So you've got all those numbers to take into account. Crazy, isn't it? It's crazy how things just go. You know, people enjoy watching the live feeds and the videos from all us guys. All us guys do the live streams. I've got to take my hat off to you. It's not easy to put yourself out there. You get loads of haters. But all the positive and great feedback I get from you guys, it makes it all worthwhile. Spencer Ames on Facebook says, pre-baiting, is it worthwhile? I think it is. If you're gonna concentrate on a water and you're gonna be on there like all spring or all summer or all year even, I would try and find 2 or 3 little spots that no one else finds. That's the problem, you see. You can do all this baiting and someone will be fishing your spot. That's why I do little things like have my rod tips underneath the water, or, you know, I'll fish from a different swim to a different angle, or try and bait up at night when no one sees you. You've got all them things to contend with. But on the whole, baiting, pre-baiting is definitely worth it. Getting them fish, visiting them spots you're putting the bait on. I don't think it really matters what bait you put on there either. And they're not getting caught. There's no danger, there's no lines, they're not seeing people on the horizon. So I think pre-baiting is a real edge if you do it right and you don't get seen, basically. Jet Ski Jimmy says, evening Leon, what a cold day today in Manchester. He's been out blanking today. Although, the last week or so, there's been a few fish out. They've started to, I don't know whether it's the light levels, but we've had, like, I mean, on a really particularly hard lake, I know, at the moment, guy to bite from underneath the ice. That's how crazy it was, and that's on a difficult lake. He managed to snare one from underneath the ice. I've heard of a few lakes just switching on this last week. A few fish coming out. Even Sandhurst has done a few as well. To a couple of the guys. Crazy Kev. and to Jay as well. Had a couple of nice cracking mirrors from Sandhurst the weekend. Evening, Spencer Eames. No problem, mate. Always a pleasure. Keith Howes. Evening, Leon. I would like to be known as the excessive blanker. Well, that makes two of us, because at the moment I'm blanking my arse off. I haven't had a bite since December. Been really trying as well. Me and the old carp dog, we've been sitting there trying. Not a lot's been happening. We've seen the odd one. Hopefully that'll change soon. You know, this is the worst winter I've ever known. Speaking to other guys as well, they've had a pretty bad winter as well. Tell me, guys, Facebook and YouTube, how has your winter been? How does it compare to winters past? How's your catch rates been this winter? Put your comments down below on Facebook and YouTube. The Obsessive Carper says he couldn't catch a cold at the moment. Nor can I, mate. You're not the only one. Yeah, Graham Hardy gives a nice little tip there. He says, old school stringers. Don't know many people that have been using them. I don't see anyone using them anymore. You know, I can't remember the last time I saw someone actually cast out a stringer. You know, imagine that. 2 half baits or quarter baits threaded on the PVA with your hook bait. Just gives a little, you know, little bit of food there for them. It's a good little trick. I might have to try it myself soon. But the rigs I use don't really lend themselves to PVA stringers, the pop-up rigs, and that I use it in the winter. Ken Walton, he can't buy a bite. Colin Osborne says, very poor compared to other winters. Max Lloyd says, managed to hook 7 carp this weekend on single washed out pink pop-ups in the margins. Ah, see? The margins. You don't really think about the margins in the winter, do you? You know, and I've done some video footage of fish in the margins this winter when you would have thought not a chance from being there. But they've been there. And the bite I did get was, I wouldn't say it's margins, it was 20, 30 yards out maximum. Where you'd be, to me, I want to get it out in the middle of the lake where the fish are congregating in the winter, I found. But this winter's been a little bit different. We've had real minus temperatures. I mean, this week alone it's been down to -5. And then you've got like 9, 10 degrees with southwesterlies, low pressure the following day. Then the next day it's -3. It's not good for consistent winter fishing. I don't mind if it's freezing cold all winter. Then you can hatch a plan. The fish get used to it, especially on them shallow lakes. They get used to feeding in the cold temperatures. Paul Osborne says, do you think fishing in deep water improves chances? All depends. What I've found in winter, with your sort of deep water to your shallow water, up till about Christmas time, the deep waters definitely fish better. That's what I've found. Because just think about it this way. That water column, that deeper amount of water takes a longer time to cool down. So it's cooling down at a slower rate. So the fish are getting used to it. The water temperature's warmer than a shallow lake. And that's up to about Christmas time. I've found deeper waters can produce a lot of better fish. But after that time, when that water temperature's got down to what the shallow lakes are doing, then from about January onwards, if we're having, like, you know, longer daylight hours and warmer temperatures, then the shallow lakes tend to start to fish better. You know, shallow lakes like the Park Lake or, you know, Sandhurst or, you know, places like that. If you have a prolonged amount of cold weather, then I'd say probably the deeper waters would be better. That's what I've found over the years. GWL78 said he went Friday and had frost inside his bivvy and the lake was frozen when he woke up Saturday morning. Yeah, I think there's been a few frozen lakes recently, haven't there? A few messages and pictures I've had from mates. They've, especially yesterday morning, they had quite a bit of ice in the margins and out a little way as well. Paul Edwards says, spod or spom, what's the difference and what's the best? Spom is enclosed, when you cast out, you don't get any spillage Spod is an open-ended with holes in it. So you do get a bit of spillage on the cast. It's more, you know, since the spoms come around, people don't really use the spods. I use a spod for floater fishing, for putting me bait, for putting those floating pellets out there, skimming it back across the surface so it creates a big area of floating pellets. That's the only time I use a spod, and I very rarely use a spom. I'm actually looking forward to some of these different ones which are going to be coming on the market. You know, that dot spots bloody thing, whatever it is, that looks, you know, similar to a spom, I suppose. But, you know, it's different use because it opens a different way. But we'll see. Look at that, 11 minutes in, I've done me brew already. Well, I've got some water next to me, so it shouldn't be too. Dan Jones said he caught a £16 common, caught after 5 minutes fishing recently. That's on Facebook, he said. Now, what I'm trying to do with this bit of software I use, where I can stream on Facebook and YouTube, is I've been trying, you can normally get both sets of questions and comments coming up in the one feed. But for the life of me, I can't get it to work. So I'm going to have to do a bit more investigating on that one, because it'd be nice just to see them. I've got to look on Facebook and I'm missing some, and it's not good, but we'll get there in the end. Yep, Cheshire Carper says a big carp is needed, most definitely. Now, to me, I don't normally find down what I do in the winter. I normally stick to what I've been doing in the summer or the autumn or the previous spring. I may change up the pop-ups, which I normally do, but I normally keep the same size hook baits, roughly the same rigs. I'd like to know what you guys do. Do you change? Do you find everything down? I haven't really found it makes a lot of difference. And to me, if I'm confident in what I'm doing with what I've been doing all year, then I want to stick with it. Also, I like to use like big hooks, size 4, choddy type hooks or curved shank or whatever. So once those hooks are in, they're in. Once those rigs are doing what they're doing, I don't want to find down my chod filament or my hook links to 15 pounds stripped, you know, coated braid or whatever. I want to stick to what I'm got the confidence in. What do you guys do? Do you find it down, or do you do what I do? Do you stick with it? Matt Rhodes says Cuttle Mill up in the Midlands is fishing really well at the moment. I haven't fished there for about 15-20 years, Cuttle Mill. Blimey. I remember it went into private ownership. Now it looks like it's come back out of ownership. Evening Top Penguin, good to see you, mate. Any obsessive carper? Oh, don't forget, I think it's next weekend. He's got, no, the weekend after, he's got his special charity do at Willow Park. So I think it's fully booked out as well. So that should be a good one. Good on him for, you know, doing the old charity thing. Brian Mills, evening Brian. On day ticket waters where fish have damaged mouth, then I drop my hook size on my hook size on his syndicate. He stays the same. Sonny Redster says he's ordered a booling stove, adapter, and 16 bottles he's ordered. If you guys have been watching me other live stream, I said I'm waiting for the Booling T4. I think it is. I think it cost me 17 quid plus postage from China, because so many of you guys have been saying get on this stove. This stove for the money is the best stove out there. I've used the other stove, you know, the one which was about 15, 16 quid for the last couple of years. Brilliant. But I want to have a go at this one. Give this a review. Give this a try. Because everyone who's said to me said they can't fault the stove. For like 17, 18 quid delivered, I don't think you can go wrong, can you? We'll see anyway. Evening, Keith Oakey. Hope you're well. The Manchester Carp, I hope you're well as well. Ben Allspill says, if it's not broke, don't fix it. There you go. GWL78 said, he just changes his bait and carries on as normal in winter. Camping on with Kev, says Leon, on any lakes around the Cambridge Peterborough area that can be booked for a social 2 to 3 days for approximately 20 anglers. I don't know myself, that's a bit far up for me, but I'm sure there's guys on here like Brian Mills, he comes from that sort of area as well. You may be able to, you know, there's a few of you guys on here come from the Peterborough, Cambridge area, be able to give them some solid advice there. Chris Lowry Lowe says he's back on his syndicate, which is 70 foot in deep in places, average about 24 foot. He's going to give zigs a go. Would you start with various length zigs, or would you start straight on the adjustables? I'd go straight on the adjustables, Chris, definitely. You know, definitely. I'll tell you what's worked for me, doesn't matter what time of year it is, 2 and 3 foot down is always my starting for zigs, a little bit of black foam with the adjustable, or if it's a shallow water, I fish a fixed zig, but it's always 2 to 3 foot below the surface. It's always done very, very well for me, no matter what time of the year it is. In fact, I don't really adjust it a lot of different depths, because that seems to work. Gareth Price says, "Hi Leon, is Barney in the doghouse?" No pun intended. Well, he was the other week when I went to Sandhurst. Check out tomorrow's video. About 3/4 of the way through, he was in the doghouse then, bless him. He added insult or injury. I won't say any more, but you have to watch the video, the next vlog out tomorrow at Sandhurst. Yeah, but it's actually, he's done the disappearing act. I don't know where he's gone, but it's actually the Carp Dog's birthday today. He's 8 today. Carp Dog is 8 years of age today, bless him. Little sod. I keep calling him up to come up here to show his face. He's downstairs asleep. He's not having none of it. He got the biggest bit of steak tonight. He got a bit of pork chop. He got a bit of everything, he did. Bless him. Keith Oakey, he did eat mistake, but it was how he did it. Is how Barney did it. Is what you got to watch out for. Look, this is what you get, right? Look, if you're on Facebook, you won't see. If you're on YouTube, you won't see this. But Mrs. B has put a message up, right, on Facebook. Mrs. B said, "Make sure house is clean and tidy as she is knackered." So she's watching the live feed, so I better be careful what I say. Because she's on Facebook sending me messages. House better be clean and tidy. Mate, what's going on, eh? Paul Benson says, the best pop-up rig, question mark. Now, there's lots of different pop-up rigs around there, and it really does depend on what you have confidence in. I've used probably every pop-up rig out there. Now, I don't have any confidence in the Ronnie rig. I don't really like it, but I know hundreds of people who use it. There's loads of fish caught on it all the last couple of years, but it's not for me. I don't have confidence in that rig. So I wouldn't say there's a best pop-up rig which will always catch a fish. It's the one that you're confident in. I'm confident in me little low amnesia and braid pop-up rig, hinge stiffy, and the multi-rig. Them three are my go-to 3 pop-up rigs. That's it. You know, normally it's between the hinged and the multi-rig. Them two. The other one I don't use very often, only in the winter if I feel like I have to. It's the same with bottom bait rigs. I've probably got 2 or 3 bottom bait rigs that I only use. D-rig, use that all the time, and the braided with a B175 hook link and a long hair. That's probably the only 2 that I use now. That's the ones I have the most confidence in. So there's no best bottom bait rig, there's no best pop-up rig, it's what you have confidence in. And like I say, every time, my fishing, I don't know about yours, but 99.9% is not rigs, not bait, not rod or reel or line or the new bivvy or whatever. It is confidence. Confidence in what I'm doing. It's confidence in that rig, in that rod. Looking at those reels, sitting there all day, motionless, thinking, yeah, I like to look at that. I'm confident in what I'm doing. Gareth Price says, laugh, LMAO, haha, right under the thumbnail on his. John Woody says, chod rig from Halton Days, mate, up in the gate swim. Yep, I've used the choddy, caught lots of fish on it over the years. David Eatock, evening to you, mate. He's worried about the hook bead slipping on the Ronnie rig. I've cast one out before and that happened. I've had it happen before. It depends on what hook bead that you get. You'll find one which works with the hook that you're using. I mean, there's lots of them. The Fox one's all right. I got some on the recommendation of Adi Blanford, Top Penguin. He gave me a recommendation. He put it on his feed. These little, I think they were like £2 for 50. So I've got those, been using those, and can't fault them with my little, you know, my little combi rig that I use. But I use the Fox ones normally. But the carp tax isn't there with the other ones from the eBay guy, are they? Paul Brady says, can't beat the Hinge Stiffy. Evening, Nick Dominic Pearson. What do I think of the TF Gear Airflow Bivvy? I must admit, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, so I can't really give you a, you know, a definitive sort of review or what I think of it, because I haven't seen it yet. I'll tell you what I did see at the show, which impressed me, is the new solar tackle sort of blow up unhooking mat. You know, great big one. It's the sides are rigid and they're full of air. Now I think you blow it up, but it looked the real part, and their bed chairs as well look really well. So I'm going to be looking at maybe one of those in the future. Something else I'm looking for is 3 new rods as well. So I'm having I had a quick look at the Zwalla show of the Rod Hutchinson Dream Makers. You know, been around years there. These are the reinvented ones, I think, refurbished or redone ones. So I looked at those. They look nice. There's not a lot of flashiness going on. I just like the rod. I'm not really into rods, but you know, nice rods. So I'll be looking at those at the Northern show. I'm going to go and have a look at those and have a little pick up, a little feel with it to the Rod Hutchinson stand, because they were right next to us on the Summit stand. So I'm going to have a look at those. A few people have recommended them to me as well, and for the price I think they're comparable, if not cheaper, than Free Spirit and a few of the other rods as well. Now, that's the thing, anyone on here actually use the Hutchie Dreammaker rods, and what do you think about them? Are they good? Are they bad? Do you like them or not? Lee Price says multi-rig and Withy Pool rig for him. Neil Bunting says multi-rig for him. He's got so much confidence in it. That's what it's all about, having confidence in the rig you're using. Will Holly says, Leon, what hook link material is best for wafters or snowman rigs? Would you go fluorocarbon or stiff coated braid? Well, it all depends on the bottom you're fishing over. There is no best rig material for a certain rig, unless of course you're using a hinge stiff, so you've got to use that, you know, you know, like the choddy stiff material. Try and match the rig you're using to the bottom you're fishing over, or the type of lake you're fishing. By that I mean, for me, if I went onto a new lake and it was weedy, I'd be looking for spots within the weed I can fish a pop-up rig, like the multi-rig if it's really weedy, or the hinge stiffy if there's little clear spots next to the weed or up against the weed. I may go on to bottom bait rigs if I find a nice clear area, or I've been baiting a little area and it's getting a little bit bigger and it's not as obvious. But, and then on the other hand, if I've got a lake like the Park Lake, it's got no weed in it at all at the moment, I go on the bottom bait rigs all day long for me. That's my starting point anyway. So there is no, I would say, best rig for your favourite rig that's going to catch everything. It's the one you got confidence in, and it's how you match it up to the bottom you're fishing over. Cheshire Carp says, Deeper Pro, cheating or not cheating? Depends what you mean by cheating. You could, you know, spawn, is that cheating? You know, using a hook, is that cheating? It's subjective and it's down to the individual. I'd never say it to anyone, like, use the bait boat. Oh, you're cheating, use the bait boat. Because that's what they want to do. That's up to them. It's their fishing. You know, it's down to them. I may not use one, or I may use one. It's down to me, isn't it? It's down to you how you fish. You know, you pays your money, you buys your ticket, you buys your bits and pieces of tackle nets, down to you. And no one should tell you out, yes or no, or that's how you shouldn't be fishing, or that's how you should. It's not up to them, it's up to you. So, a Deeper Pro, I would say, it's a tool to be used how you want to use it. I use it in a slightly different way than most people use it. Most of the questions I get about the Deeper Pro is, oh, how can you find the fish on there? Do you use it for finding fish on the lake? You can use it for that, but I don't personally use it for that. I use it for trying to map out the swim a little bit more. If I've got a very weedy area and I'm really struggling to find a spot, I'll bang the Deeper Pro over that area. And don't forget, Deeper Pro doesn't really work unless you're about 6 foot deep. Shallower areas doesn't really work that well. And what I do is I sort of try and find an area, because sometimes you miss it with just the lead. Not always, but sometimes you can. I put that out there to have a little look, see where a bar is, or something might come up where there's a snag and you think, oh, I didn't know that was there. Then I use my lead and a hook link to find a nice spot near it. That's how I use it. David Bennett says, when he started carping, people said to him he was cheating with bite alarms back in the 1980s. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you could say that, couldn't you? Everything changes over time. And no one should tell anyone else how they should be fishing, or how they shouldn't be fishing, or that's cheating, or that's not cheating, or that fish doesn't count, or that fish does. Just, if you've got your own personal view on something, then don't use it, or don't fish for those fish. But don't have a go at someone else who is, because that's down to them. You know, it's fishing at the end of the day. Personal. Everyone's fishing is personal to them. Wayne says Deeper Pro is cheating and not proper angling. There you go. See? That's Wayne's opinion. And he's entitled to that opinion. How about dynamite? Is that cheating? Depends. If you live in Alaska or somewhere, or in America, that's standard practice, isn't it? Go out in a boat with the old rednecks, get a few beers down you, chuck a bit of dynamite over and just get the fishing. It's not cheating to them, is it? To us, it's absolutely out of control. But, you know, it's each individual, isn't it? Matt22 says there's no rules in fishing other than fishery rules after all. That's it. Wayne Pettigrew says Rod Hutchison rods are fantastic. He's a field tester. He got his cheap. Neil Price says, hi Leon, when you're back on the bank, I should be back tomorrow for a couple of nights. Going to the Park Lake. So we're going to leave Sandhurst alone. We're going to get back in the Park Lake because that's been fishing well. And the daylight hours are getting longer. And I really do fancy a change. I've been proper struggling over Sandhurst this winter. Garth Sykes says, is the Coleman worth buying? Over on Facebook. I've had one for about 15, 20 years. You know, I take a Coleman and a gas stove. I don't want to keep firing up the Coleman every time I want a cup of tea. I'll put the gas stove on. I've had it in minus temperatures, the gas stove. Still boil you a cup of tea. Still boil you 1 cup in your kettle. Coleman I use for cooking or for heating the bivvy. Or you know, you can't go wrong with a Coleman as long as you look after it. I did a video on the Coleman. Have a look at that on my YouTube channel. It'll tell you about the little bits and pieces to do with it. You know, I use the premium grade unleaded fuel. A lot of people recommend the Coleman fuel, and there's another fuel that they use. I can't remember off the top of my head at the moment. Keeps it clean, then you don't have to keep changing bits of it all the time. Keep it pumped up when it's not in use, I've found works. You know, I can't recommend the Coleman enough. Stephen Byron says, are you leaving the Park Lake this year and what's next? I'm still undecided yet because I don't have to pay for my ticket yet. It's a big outlay. I should be back on for the spring at least on the Park Lake and on the Alien Lake for the spring. So I've renewed my ticket on there for the spring. I've got the lake in Peterborough, the Northern Lake I call it. I'll be doing the summer on there, I think. If not, if I haven't rejoined the Park Lake, if I've rejoined the Park Lake, I'll be doing the summer on there as well as the Northern Lake, the Peterborough Lake, sorry, not Northern Lake. And I shall be on a lake in Kent for the winter, I would say. A little bit closer to me. It's got really good winter form. It's not a new lake to me. I fished it on the winter about 3 or 4 years ago, but that'd be an interesting one as well. Aspen T4 fuel, Brent Tomlinson said, for your Coleman. Thank you very much, Brent. Chris Low says you can also use Red X, which is what they put into engines on your car. You can use that for cleaning out as well. A little cap full of Red X. If you get a 5 litre little jerry can, you put a cap full of Red X in that, of your unleaded. Works a treat as well. There's loads of different ones. Well, not loads. There's 3 or 4 different using the fuel or the Red X to keep it clean, because those generators are about 15 quid each. And if you soot it up, all the carbon gets stuck in it. You have to replace it for a new generator. Starts getting a bit expensive if you don't look after your Coleman. Steve Mann says, Leon, you fancy jumping in the van? I'm taking a load of boilers over to Lake Heritage early March. Early March, I shall probably be, where will I be early March? I will be in Germany doing a open day at Heridian, Engelsport Heridian in the Bavarian region. They have an open day there on a Saturday. It's an absolute brilliant day. There's hog roast there, and there's about 2,000 or 3,000 people there. So I should be doing an open day there. Love doing that. It's brilliant. Yeah, no problem, Brian Mills. Matty Ruster said it's cheaper to order delivery for Costa than buy that fuel. That's the Buelling. That's the T4. The what's it? Fuel for the Coleman. It is more expensive. It does do the job, the Coleman fuel and the Aspen fuel, I've got to admit. But I've never had any problems with keeping it pumped up, keeping the pressure on it, even if you're not using it, and using the premium unleaded. Robert Stafford says, Leon, round or square kettle? Round kettle for me. I've seen one of them square kettles, but no, round kettle's what I use. If you see my kettle, I've got a picture of well, I've got a picture of that. Got a picture of that on the side of the kettle, the wood carving from Horton. That Carp Kettles, Jamie over at Carp Kettles kindly done for me. Desi One Ball says, do you rehydrate air-dried baits before you use them? Yes, most definitely. You can use things like hemp oil, hydrodized liver, liquid, lots of them. Whatever your liquid you fancy, bang it in there. You know, there's lots of different liquids you can use. Better stim mixed with hemp oil. You know, there's lots of different ones you can use to rehydrate them baits up. Stu Bruder Morgan says, hog roast, you're on a diet. I am on a diet, but not all the time. I'm taking it easy, so I lose a bit. Look, it's him, birthday boy. Come here. Come here. Here he is, look. Here's the birthday boy. 8 years of age today, the old carp dog. He's making an appearance, look. Bless him, eh? The old carp dog. He's the star of the show, isn't he, on the videos? That's for sure. And he'll be coming with me tomorrow. There you go, boy. Here he goes. Happy birthday to the carp dog, eh? Norfolk Carpet says, you're talking about changing your rods. How long do people keep their rods before buying new ones? I have rods for ages and ages. Normally 3 or 4 years, I suppose. I'm not really into rods, but the ones I've got, they're a little bit overgunned for me. The old Lion Carp ones are a little bit too powerful for me. I'm looking at the 3-pound test curve Hutchie Dream Makers. Looking at those 3-pound test curve they are, so I'm looking at something a little bit lighter, because they're a little bit heavy for. I don't really fish out that far. I like to fish up to about 60 yards normally. Jamie Woodcock, even you, mate. Ah, look, happy birthday to the carp dog all over the place. Lloyd Priurch says, fishing Sandhurst for the first time next week. Best way to approach it. As far as I know, the fish catchers have been coming from the middle area, off the island swim. The odd one's been coming off the bailiffs, swim number 10, and the pipes, and the odd one at the car park swim as well. I wouldn't put a lot of bait in. I'd fish for a bite, maybe a little bag or something like that. It's totally changed from last winter. You're looking to nick a bite when you're down there, really. Stephen Bell says, did you enjoy your time on Horton? I love my time on Horton. It was probably one of the best times. You had so many good anglers on there, full-timers on there. So it was a real challenge to catch out there. I was lucky enough, my first bite was the wood carving. So, you know, and I had fantail and a dynamite fish and loads of different ones out there. So I was really happy with my time on there. John Boyd says, are they pricey, Leon, them rods? That's the Hutchie Dream Mags. I think they're about 200 and something each, something like that. So not mega pricey, but still expensive. Graham Card on the Facebook says, have you fished 40 acre? Happy birthday, the fluffy one. No, I haven't. Harrison rods, they're very good rods as well. Mark Wormington says, evening from snowy Manchester. Evening to you, Mark. Hope to see you at the Northern Angling Show in a couple of weeks. Hope to see any of you guys. Guys, don't forget, if you go to the Northern Angling Show, come and find me on the Summit Tackle Stand. Come and say hello. Love to see you. Love to put some faces to the names on here. Look forward to it. Don't be shy. Come and say hello. Paul Riding says, hi Leon, is there any chance we can have these nice chats 9 till 10 from now on? I'm missing Call the Midwife. That's the reason why I've done it at 8 o'clock. For you guys, look, I'm feeling for you guys. Call the Midwife's on now. So you've got a good excuse on a Sunday night between 8 and 9 to say, I have to go and watch Leon on YouTube or Facebook. I'm trying to help you out, guys, here. Chris Burnsy says on YouTube, could you recommend me a floater rod? I tell you what is a really good underused floater rod, and that's the ESP floater rod. Really good. Nice through action. You can use it for floater fishing. Use it for stalking as well. That's a real nice. Also, I've got some 9-foot scopes. They're good as well. The Nash scopes, they're good for a bit of stalking fishing. I've got 3 Pantescos one, I think. But the floater one, the ESP one, I think it's about 2 3/4. Really nice action. Wayne Pettigrew says, Rod Hutchinson rods are 295 rods Dream Mag. I'm sure we can get them for cheaper. People like Eric's or whatever can be doing some deals and things like that. So I'm sure I'll be able to get them cheaper. Plus, I want to do a review on them. That's it, Matthew Randall. ESP floater rod. I think that's about the best floater rod out there. Unless you guys can recommend any other better floater rods for Chris. Dave Fisher, I would say 200 quid is a lot for one rod, but it's what you can afford. Yep, totally, Dave. Totally. You know, it's a big outlay for me, a set of rods, or even one rod just for floater fishing. Years gone by, I just used to untackle one of my 3rd rods and use that. But I found it actually, the action of using a dedicated floater rod when you do floater fishing definitely hooks you more fish. You don't lose as many either. Graham Roller says Shimano floater rod is perfect. Evening, Luke Manty. Lee Cutson recommends Century NG 3-pound test curve rods. Really good. Garth Sykes says, I think you get what you pay for. I totally agree. In some respects, there's a lot of stuff out there which is overpriced, which, as you can see, you can get it cheaper, and it's the same product. But, you know, if you can find a company that does products they manufacture themselves, like Summit Tackle, for instance, I'm not trying to make this an advert, but they manufacture the product. You know, I've seen how they manufacture it. They're a proper engineering product. A bit like Jag. Jag are an engineering company as well. So they don't buy it in from China and places like that. They actually manufacture it themselves. Don't forget, guys, if you like Facebook or you like these streams on Facebook or YouTube, press the like button, press the up arrow, or press the thumbs down if you don't like it. Share the love. Cheshire Carper says he's used £100 Shimano rods for years. It all depends what you have confidence in, what you like. Doesn't matter the price tag. If you like the rod you're using, it does the job, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the price tag is. Lee Price says he recommends the Codex SF specimen rod for his floater fishing. Oh, don't forget, guys, it soon be spring. It'll soon be spring. We'll be getting the floater rod out. We'll be putting bait in the margins. Your fish will be jumping around. Cannot wait. I tell you, I cannot wait to spring. Sort of end of this month, 1st of March is the beginning of spring. So the light hours, it's nothing to do with temperature, even though it feels bloody freezing half the time. It's to do with them light hours. It's getting lighter early in the morning and it's getting darker later at night. And then fish know they wake up to those light levels. They wake up to that. It's not the water temperature, although it does help. To me, anything over 10 degrees, bang on spring. Anything below 10 degrees, bang on winter. Bring me spring, Alan Mutlow says. Cheshire Carper says he'd love to spend £500 on rods, but he'd rather spend it on bait and end tackle. Couldn't agree more. Evening Carp Fishing Dreams, hope you're well. Another YouTuber there, support his channel as well. Matty Rushton says, Leon, how many spots on a lake would you pre-bait? Now, to me, if I pre-bait a lake, like I said earlier, if you've joined late, is that it's definitely worth doing, but it's not just the pre-baiting and getting the fish on the spot, feeding without you being there. It's everyone else watching what you're doing. So I tend to pick, depending on what different areas of the lake, where the wind's blowing, I'll pick one up one end of the lake and another spot up the other end of the lake. And it's normally in a swim that gets left alone. Found those type of areas where no one really gets in, but you can't get a big bivvy in there, or it don't look good, it's a bit tight. They're the ones where you want to start trickling in a bit of bait. Get your rod out and find a nice little spot, or make a spot, or clear a spot in the weed. Start putting a bit of bait on it on a regular basis. Keep it under wraps. When you're fishing the spot, keep your rod tips under the water so no one sees where you're fishing. So even if you're catching, they can't make out where your lines are going. Ginger Tom said, anyone own the newest solar bed chair? I've seen one. I had a lie on it. Lockie actually showed it to me, demonstrated it to me, and it does look a proper bit of kit. So I might be investing in one of those at some point, hopefully. Stealth is the key. Jason Sooty Allen says, definitely for the pre-baiting. Stealth is the key. Foamy says, too much bait goes in, kilos and kilos, making fishing harder as the fish are full. Madness. I don't advocate putting loads of bait in spots. You don't need lots of bait. Half a kilo here, a couple of handfuls here every weekend you're there. Keep it trickling in. Put some tigers in, some chopped boilies, you know, some particles. Doesn't have to be 10 kilos on the spot like I see some people doing. That's not how I pre-bait. I introduce a little bit, little and often, little bit of stuff in there, you know. I don't use a lot of bait. 10 kilos, probably about 3 months worth for me. So you're right there. It is madness putting loads of bait on the spot. I've never found it works for me personally. Definitely. Ian Midge 14 says, too many people jump on it, so keep you quiet. Definitely. Got to be stealthy. Even in the darkness, bait up when no one's watching. Those little swims out of the way. Have a little walk. 100 yards down the bank, that little spot. Boom, boom, boom. Get a little bit of bait in there. Not loads. You don't need loads to bait a spot. Little and often. Tim Daly says, Leo, Mrs. B might say no. Tim, Mrs. B won't know. I tell you, because I guarantee she's not on here. Well, I hope she's not on Facebook anymore watching this. She might be, though. But she won't know, I'm telling you. What she don't see, she don't know. Oh, yeah, God. What do you think of the new hoodie? It only takes one bite. Look. In the chocolate one. Yeah, they're on the website now as well. www.leoncarper.com. Check out. I've got loads of hoodies on their hats. I've even just put on there the phone cases for the iPhone 6, 7, S, 7S, 8, and the Samsung Edge and S7 and S whatever. Check them out also on leoncarper.com. Don't forget our Facebook group, our closed Facebook group. We've got over 3,000 people on there. If you want to, what we're doing now is what we do on there. People ask questions, you get reviews, you get people, you know, about lakes they want to fish, or where do I go for a day ticket on a certain area. Get yourself, if you, on Facebook, go on your Facebook page and search all one word. It only takes one bite. Get yourself in there. If you, this will all be in when this live stream uploads on Facebook and on YouTube. Once it's uploaded after we've finished, all the details will be below. So also the temperature gauge and the merino socks, there's all links there. You can find out to your heart's content. Go have a look some more. Matthew Randall says he's got a t-shirt. Sex, drugs and carp fishing is the nuts, Leon. Thank you very much. Glad you like that one. One of them designs. Sex, drugs and carp fishing, it says. Or fishing or carp, I can't remember now. Paul Bradley says, are you still doing a 10,000 subscriber giveaway? Most definitely. Most definitely. Once we get 10,000 above on my YouTube channel, I shall be giving, we always do a proper giveaway at 5,000. I think at 7,000 for Christmas we did a giveaway. When we hit the 10,000 subs, which hopefully won't be long, because we're up to 9,500 or 9,600. I'll be doing another giveaway for you guys. Show my appreciation for you watching these live streams, you watching the vlogs and the videos and everything I do. All the great feedback I get. I'll be giving away a few hoodies and t-shirts and bits, a couple of phone cases, all that sort of stuff as a thank you. So watch out for that. That should be in the next month or so. Catch you later, John. There's old Fingers, John Woolley, an old, really old friend of mine from my Horton days. I might even get one up saying F the Otters or something like that, a new design. James Butcher says he's on the Church Lake, lovely lake. This Church Lake of Horton. He's had the Falk Park Leanie and Spotty at 49.10 last weekend. He blanked this weekend, had 3 different 50s this year. Wood carving is on his hit list this spring. Good for you, James. Well done, mate. Lovely complex, that is. Must get back over there in the future at some point. Dan B said, Leon, what's your opinion on... Oh, I can't see the original question. What's my view on Wells disease? Really, really dangerous thing. Anyone can catch it. You can use lots of different bits and pieces and stuff. A little spray you put on for your hands. You can use an alcohol spray. What I would do is don't leave like your rich monkey on the floor. Don't leave any of your pans. Don't leave anything that you've been cooking, or your spoon or your cup. I put everything up. If there's rats about, everything goes up in the night time, or cleaned, or put in its bag and put away. And don't wash your bloody cooker out and things like that, and your hands in the water right by your swim, especially if you've got open wounds or cuts. That's how you'll get Wells disease. It's really easy to catch, and you'll be in a world of pain. I tell you, I know loads of people that have had it, and they say it's like the absolute, they thought they was going to die. So guys, watch out. I'll try and find that link for the hook beads. I'll put the hook beads link on the Only Takes One Bite. I'll put it up there. I'll put most of the links on the closed Facebook group after I've done the live streams. So have a look on there, guys. If you're not a member, get yourself over there. Do a search for it. Only Takes One Bite on Facebook. Get yourself in the group. Ask your questions. Loads of links and loads of good information on there from lots of really good guys. Yeah, Michael Devereux says the alcohol spray won't work on its own. No, very true. Hands have to be clean first. Bar of soap is the best thing. Yeah. Just don't wash your hands in the water. Simple as that. Yep, NSC 73 says, look, these are the symptoms for Wells disease. Starts with a cold which won't go. You get really mental headaches with it, and you just start deteriorating until you just take yourself to the hospital. If you do get like that, and you're a fisherman, as soon as you get to the hospital, you feel that ill, tell them you're a fisherman. It might be Wells disease. Test for that first of all. I'm not sure if they are bank tackle hook speeds on Matty Rushton. They might be, I'm not sure. I'll put a link up on, I'll go and have a look on my eBay account, see where I ordered them from. Keep on keeping on tees, Ginger Tom. Yeah, I've got some on there. I'm pretty sure they're on there. Got so many different t-shirts and hoodies on there now, I'll lose track. There you go, look, Wayne C. An Olympic canoeist died from Wells disease a few years back. Lee Cutzer said, Rich Monkey Vault, good bit of kit. Yep, I've got one myself. I'll be doing a review on this soon as well. Because I've had it for a couple of years now. So you can do a proper review on it once you've had something for a while. I like them. Glenn Southpaw said he worked in the sewers for years and know a lot of people in the industry never known anyone to catch whales. That might be, Glenn, where you've got a lot of protective equipment, haven't you? Us fishermen, don't forget, we got our hands in the water and we're leaving our pans on the side, and you've got to be really careful what you do. Lenny B says, looking too big now, you're losing weight, auction it. Yeah, this is a 2XL and it's looking a bit big on me. Look, nice big hoods they've got as well. Real nice big hoods, so you can sleep in them. Look at that. May the force be with you, eh? Luke, and all that rubbish. There you go. Ah, good to see you, Paul Wyatt. Glenn Southport, yeah, maybe he used no protection, maybe immune system learned to fight it. You could be right. Yep, he said, look, David Cuddy says flowing water kills it off. I can't confirm that, but it sort of makes sense. If you're in the sewer, you've got flowing water, haven't you? It's moving about. Where you've got stagnant water that's not moving like a lake, and you're putting your pans in there and you're washing your hands in the margins where they pissed, that's how you're going to catch it. If you've got any open wounds, put a plaster around it before you go fishing. Tell you what I might be doing soon, guys. I might be giving you a little some of these new hoodies, which I've only just put up. I might give you a little discount code soon for them. Give you a couple of quid off or something. So those might be going out. So watch out the Facebook, the closed Facebook group as well, and my Facebook page. We might be doing that soon. There's a little thank you as well. Yoda, Ben Osborne, yeah. Yoda. Bloody hell, look at that, look. We've been doing this for 53 minutes already. We've still got 286 people in the house. We've got all these people on Facebook. Madness. Mark Woburn says £199, them Hudson rods at Nathan's. There you go. Maximus Carpenter says, how much does it cost to fish your park, Lake Leon? Can you pound a bank? Unfortunately, you can't. It's an arm and a leg to fish there for on a syndicate. I had to save up for a long time. I see myself climbing up the list, so I try to save up. I'm not going to say how much it is on here in case Mrs. B is watching. Chris Burns says, how much are the hoodies? They are £30.99. We do some 3XL, 4XL and 5XL hoodies on there as well, which are £31.99, only in specific colours. But if you go to www.leoncarper.com, go to the shop section, you'll see there's a little section there for, you know, bigger hoodies as well. They're all on there. Prices are all on there. Sizes. There's about 14 different colours now you can get. Bright yellow. I've sold one of those the other day to someone. Yeah, just go and have a look. Go and have a look, guys. Carping, not camping t-shirts. Yep, they're on there as well. Evening Wookie M. Joe Deviser says it's £200 for the ticket. Look, that's the one, Joe. I like you. £200 for the Park Lake for the ticket for the year. That's the one. Good man. Jet Ski Jimmy said, Leo, did you hear about the fox who bit an angler in his bivvy? He was personally robbed by Sniper the Fox. He robbed me of one of my trainers on Brazenose too. I haven't heard that one. Evening, Tommy Duke. Stop here, LSC 73. Get that off of there. Sonny Redster, get out. If Miffy Speed's watching, she'd be doing her nut. Drop me right in it now, guys. Evening, Jason Madgwick. Yes, Luke Worthington. We've got, that's the phone cases that are on there, the black chicken phone cases. Go and check them out. They're $12.99 with free postage at the moment. $12.99 with special introductory offer. $12.99 plus, including free postage. The black chicken, black iPhone cases. Stuart Blackley says, what can he do about his casting line? It keeps going to the right. What I would say is, if you keep on going to the right, position yourself and aim at the top of a tree, on the tree line, or a pylon or something, just to your left. Just try and adjust yourself. Aim a bit to the left, especially if the wind's coming from left to right. Aim a bit to the left. That's what I do. If I start casting out and it starts drifting to the right, to the left, I start looking for something on the horizon, like a tree or whatever, and just move myself, my positioning, either left or right, depending on where I want to go. Jason Sooty Allen, yeah, 50 quid for the Park Lake. Graham Rowland, cheers, Graham. I'm getting proper stitched up tonight, aren't I? I can hear a little something going on in the background, right? The carp dog has got something and he's eating it. A bit of plastic or something. Probably his birthday present. He's getting such the ump because we're doing the live stream and it's birthday. I should be paying him more attention. He's starting to eat something that's plastic. He's proper munching on something plastic. I hope it's not something, one of my fishing bits or something. I totally understand what you're saying, Chris. Mike Swift says, what weighing scales do you recommend? I use a couple of different ones. I've got one up there. Let's just get it. We've got the old those sort of scales. And I've got a set of Fox digital scales. They're pretty good as well. So there's the two different ones I use. Right, guys, we're almost running out of time. 58 minutes we've been going on Facebook and YouTube. So don't forget, check out the hoodies. Check out the T-shirts and the phone cases. I've got some new designs and everything that's gone up there in the last couple of days. Go and check them out. Put in on your phone or on your computer. www.leoncarper.com. Monday, tomorrow, we have a new vlog out, vlog 12, where Barney gets in a bit of trouble on Sandhurst. I'm debating whether Wednesday's live stream, because it's Valentine's Day, I think I'm probably going to do it on Thursday. So I don't think it's going to be a live stream Wednesday. It's going to be Thursday now, because obviously of Valentine's Day. And like this and share these videos and on Facebook, put a thumbs up, and I will see you guys. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, because soon we get to 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. For all you guys on Facebook, come across to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the bell notification, and you'll get notified of every video, especially the video we're going to do about the 10,000 subscriber giveaway as a thank you to all you guys, all you subscribers. It will be a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Lots of really good stuff. Right, guys, enjoy your Sunday night. Get back to call the midwife or whatever you're doing, and I will see you Thursday for the live stream. 7 or 8 o'clock, not sure yet, but you'll see a little notification come up on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great evening, guys. Thanks for turning up tonight, and see you soon.